What's up, basketball fans? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're re-diving into one of the most electric rivalries in modern basketball history. Stephen Curry versus LeBron James. We all know the on-court battles, the 4 straight NBA Finals matchups that defined an era. But things got really interesting off the court recently. On a podcast, Steph Curry was asked a simple question: "Are you the best player in the world?" His answer, a confident yes. Now, this wasn't some long, drawn-out declaration. It was simple, direct, and it immediately sent shockwaves through the NBA world. Because for the last 2 decades, if you ask that question, the default answer for most people has been LeBron James. So, when Curry claimed the title, it wasn't just a statement of self-belief. It was a direct challenge to LeBron's long-standing reign. The host of the podcast, none other than Gilbert Arenas, pushed him on it. He asked Steph to clarify, "You have to be in the conversation with LeBron, right? Does that mean you think you're better than him?" And Curry, without skipping a beat, said, "I mean, 2 different players, 2 different journeys." But yes, that yes was the soundbite heard round the world. So, the big question is, does Curry have a case? Is he actually better than LeBron James right now? Or even, in the grand scheme of things, does he have a legitimate claim to being considered the greater player of his generation? It's a debate that has fans fired up, and we're going to break it all down. Let's start by looking at their careers side by side. The head-to-head record in the regular season is pretty close, but in the playoffs, it's a different story. Curry's Warriors have a significant edge over LeBron's teams, winning 3 out of their 4 finals matchups, as a huge point in Curry's favor. When the stakes were highest, on the biggest stage, Curry's teams came out on top more often than not. Of course, context is key. In 2015, LeBron's Cavs were hit hard by injuries, with both Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving out for the finals. LeBron had to carry an insane load, and even though they lost, his performance was legendary. You could argue that if the Cavs were healthy, the outcome might have been very different. Then came the Durant era for the Warriors. From 2017 to 2018, Golden State was an unstoppable super team. Many people feel that adding Kevin Durant, a top 3 player in the world, tipped the scales so heavily that it was almost unfair. LeBron's Cavs put up a fight, but they were simply outgunned. So, while Curry got the rings, critics often point to the overwhelming talent on his roster during those years. But let's not forget 2022. After all the noise, after Durant left, after the injuries and the down years, Curry led the Warriors back to the promised land. He won his 4th ring and, crucially, his first Finals MVP. That was a legacy-defining moment. He proved he could be the undisputed leader of a championship team, silencing many of the doubters who claimed he couldn't win without an MVP-caliber running mate. Now, let's talk about individual impact. LeBron James is arguably the most complete, all-around player in the history of the game. His combination of size, speed, strength, and basketball IQ is unprecedented. He can score at will, he's one of the greatest passers ever, and he can defend multiple positions. He's a Swiss Army knife, a one-man system who can elevate any roster he's on. For nearly 20 years, he has been a model of consistent, top-tier excellence. His longevity is something we've never seen before. On the other hand, Stephen Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. Period. It's not even a debate. But his impact goes far beyond just making threes. He fundamentally changed the way basketball is played. The concept of gravity in basketball is all about Steph. The way defenses have to warp and bend to account for him as soon as he crosses half-court creates so much space and so many opportunities for his teammates. He's an offensive engine unlike any other. He ushered in the three-point revolution that defines the modern NBA. When you compare their individual accolades, LeBron has the edge. More MVPs, more Finals MVPs, more All-NBA selections. His statistical dominance over a longer period is undeniable. For 2 decades, he's been at or near the top of the league. But Curry's peak especially in terms of offensive impact, is right up there with anyone. His 2016 unanimous MVP season was one of the most dominant offensive seasons in NBA history. He led the Warriors to a record-breaking 73 wins. That's a feat that even LeBron's best teams never accomplished. So what does this all mean for the who's better debate? If we're talking about their entire careers, the consensus is still with LeBron. His overall body of work, his longevity, and his all-around skill set are just staggering. He's been to the finals 10 times with 3 different franchises. That kind of sustained dominance is hard to argue against. He's in the GOAT conversation for a reason. But Curry's statement wasn't necessarily about all-time greatness. He was asked who the best player is today. And in that context, the argument gets much more interesting. Last season, Curry led his team to a championship. LeBron's Lakers missed the playoffs entirely. While LeBron still put up incredible individual numbers, Curry achieved the ultimate team success and was the best player on the best team. This is where the debate splits. Do you value individual statistics and historical precedent, or do you value recent success and winning at the highest level? If you're building a team from scratch for one season, who do you pick right now? A few years ago, the answer was easily LeBron. But now, it's a real discussion. Curry's confidence comes from a place of accomplishment. He's not just talking trash. He's a 4-time champion, a 2-time MVP, and a Finals MVP. He's earned the right to believe he's the best. For a player who was once considered too small and too injury-prone to be a star, his journey to the top has been incredible. And let's be real, this is what we love as fans. We want players to have that competitive fire. We want them to believe they're the best. This rivalry isn't just about stats and rings. It's about 2 different paths to greatness. LeBron was the chosen one, a phenom destined for the Hall of Fame from day one. Curry was the underdog who shattered every expectation and changed the game itself. LeBron's response to all this? Pretty much silence. It's always been savvy with the media. He knows he doesn't need to get into a war of words. His career speaks for itself. He's probably just using it as fuel, logging it away for their next matchup on the court. And you know that game will have some extra spice to it. Ultimately, there might not be a single right answer. Your choice between Curry and LeBron might just come down to what you value more in a basketball player. Do you prefer the overwhelming physical force and all-around genius of LeBron James? Or do you prefer the revolutionary skill and game-breaking gravity of Stephen Curry? Both are icons. Both are Mount Rushmore players for this generation. Curry's statement just added another fascinating chapter to their shared history. It's a reminder that even at the highest level, the drive to be the absolute best never fades. It keeps these legends pushing, and it gives us, the fans, endless debates to enjoy. So what do you guys think? Is Curry right? Does his recent championship and impact on the game give him the edge over LeBron right now? Or is LeBron's 2-decade run of dominance still untouchable? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm really curious to see where everyone lands on this one. It's one of the great debates of our time. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the biggest stories in the NBA. We'll see you in the next one.